against this backdrop that Booker T. Washington is born. He's born, in fact, in the time of slavery, but as a young boy, slavery will be ended. And so he will experience life in America in the immediate post-slavery, post-bellum South. And he is facing a hostile environment all around him. In other words, he's facing Southerners, mainly Southern Democrats, who detest blacks. Some of it, of course, is probably a leftover sentiment from slavery, but there are many people who noted that the anger toward blacks was greater after emancipation than it was even under slavery. Slavery was a sort of a system that had been established in which blacks and whites sort of both knew their roles. There was sort of an established subordination of the blacks to the whites. But all of this was thrown into upheaval after the Civil War. And so this is the backdrop of Booker T. Washington. Now, James Robinson, who's writing the introduction, makes it sound like, well, we've got to understand that this is why Washington became the guy that he did. In other words, he became an accommodationist because he didn't have any other choice. He thought the best choice available to him. And so this is an attempt to make a sort of half-hearted justification for Washington. As you will see, as I go through this book, which is Washington's own story, this is his autobiography, this is his account of his life in his own words, we will see that Washington is a far greater and more admirable figure than James Robinson gives him credit for. The accommodationism that James Robinson sort of criticizes Washington for is not true accommodation at all. Washington, in fact, did not, quote, accommodate racism. Washington basically had a philosophy of doing the best that he could under difficult circumstances to succeed. Now, we all do that in life, right? We are dealt a deck of cards. We're facing a set of circumstances. And the fact that we try our best in those circumstances to get ahead is not accommodation. Are you accommodating American society when you try to save money to, add to your kitchen or build out your front yard or save for your kids? You're not accommodating anything. You're dealing with the circumstances in front of you. Washington did that. You and I have to do that. Everybody does that. That's not any kind of sellout. We're simply responding to the environment that we face.